Thank you so much. I'm sure the candidates are excited to be here with you tonight. And you know what? You have an opportunity to flip 3 magnificent seats in the House. Are we going to do it? Yes. Well, the first person that's going to do it happens to be a woman. How about that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
To be here tonight. It is so exciting to be with folks that love this country, stand for the national anthem, and want to see Donald J. Trump reelected president. And I will tell you, the 7th District is absolutely. President Trump won 38 counties out of 38 counties. It is a huge district, goes all the way from Canada, almost all the way to Iowa, and we have been working it hard. We are making sure that we get every Republican, we leave the Democrats at home, but we make sure that we get every Republican out. The Trump Victory campaign has been there. They are working it hard. They've been working every door. They have been registering everybody for months and months and months, and they are still out at the doors, knocking on those doors, making sure we get people out. And if you remember that, well, everybody's going to remember the snowstorm from yesterday or day before. They were outdoor knocking in that snowstorm and making sure that we are going to turn Minnesota red. That is worth applause. And while we are doing that, we are going to flip the 7th District because Colin Peterson has been there too long. He has been there 30 years, and he has been too wrong for too long. And I will tell you, the people of the 7th District are going to get out there, going to do it, and Nancy Pelosi is taking notice because she has decided to dump about $4 million on my head on TV attacking me. But you know what? We're going to beat her anyway. And one of my favorite attacks that they have on me is that I'm nasty. Well, first of all, everybody here, you all know I'm not nasty. I'm very nice. I'm very nice. And I will tell you, my 7-year-old granddaughter saw that, and she said, Grandma Shell is not nasty. So I'm going with her opinion, but what it is if telling the truth about Colin Peterson and his record is nasty, then I am happy to be nasty because that is what we are doing. We are making sure that the people in the 7th District understand that Colin Peterson, number one, first and foremost, is a vote for Nancy Pelosi. And we need to fire Nancy Pelosi and get rid of her, and that starts with Colin Peterson. It starts in the 7th District. We need to make sure. I will go to Washington, D.C. I will vote for a Republican Speaker of the House because we are going to take back the House, too, with these 2 guys, too. But that is what it is about in the 7th District, is making sure that we are getting that message out and that people understand what Colin Peterson is about, because and we say it over and over, that this election is really an election of a lifetime. We are going to decide this fall whether we are going to go the way of Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, and socialism, socialized medicine, and all of those kinds of things that they are trying to take away our rights, or if we are going to go the way of President Trump, and we are going to go and protect our rights. We are going to go live by the Constitution and make sure we govern by the Constitution and protect those rights and make sure that we do that. That's what we are deciding this fall.
Thank you. So we're going to flip the district?
Am I out of time? I'm sorry.
No, we're going to flip it.
We're on time.
We're going to flip it for you?
We are absolutely going to flip the 7th District.
Are you guys going to help her flip it? Awesome. Wonderful. Well, we are so excited about your race. You got a lot of pressure, and I know President Trump is really, really counting on you to be able to deliver the 7th District, and we're all supporting you in your race, and we'll be praying for you on November the 3rd.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, we have next Tyler. Now, I have to tell you a little bit about Tyler. Tyler and his wife just had a baby 5 days ago. Okay. So, and then it's a little boy, and his name is Gabriel. Isn't that sweet?
Oh yeah, right now he's home with mommy, and let's just, be honest. My wife had the child. I just had to sit there and make sure I could reassure her of everything, but behind every good man is a great woman, and she's at home with our 2 kids, so God bless her.
Yes. Well, thank you, Tyler. Thank you for coming out tonight. Tyler is in a unique race in Minnesota 2nd District, and there is a lawsuit right now in this district. You want to tell us about that and how it affects the race? And I understand there might be have opportunity for some disenfranchised voters here.
Yeah, unique way is unique's an interesting way to say what's going on in the 2nd Congressional District. And for anyone who does not know, the reason you feel so comfortable right now is you're in God's country, because all of you are currently in the 2nd Congressional District.
God's country.
But as we're looking at this race, there's a bit of confusion, because the state law said if a major party candidate died within 79 days of an election, it'll get postponed to a special election in February. So the Secretary of State, a Democrat, came out and postponed our election, even put up flyers in every balloting box saying, do not vote for the 2nd District, it will not count. But then my opponent went ahead and fought it, because that doesn't favor a Democrat. Well, it obviously has to be changed. So she wanted to change that on the eve of the election. So right now we're appealing the case, trying to get it pushed back to a special election in February, because we're the party of law and order, and we're trying to uphold law and not let the Democrats have their ways in the court. And as of right now, we're telling everybody it is a November election, so vote for the 2nd Congressional District. But in the event is moved to February, I like to say I have the opportunity to beat Angie Craig twice in one election.
So Tyler, if someone has already voted and they listened to the Secretary of State and they didn't vote for you, what is the remedy for that now?
So you have to reach back out to wherever you voted in and ask that your ballot be returned, so that you can have an opportunity to vote again and actually vote in the 2nd Congressional District. And this is a unique appeal that we submitted, because when you talk about someone who is working with all parties to accomplish so every voice can be heard, we actually had a tripartisan effort to fight against Angie Craig, because we had the Secretary of State jump on side of us to uphold state law, who's a Democrat. We had myself, a Republican, and then we also had the Marijuana Party come on, because we want to ensure every voice in the district can be heard, because that's exactly how you franchise people to want to come out, not disenfranchise so it just benefits yourself. We're here for the constituents. I'm here to be someone who's going to fight and advocate for every constituent of this district, everyone in this state, because when you want the job done, you send the Marine. And let me tell you, the Marine's here. And I do see there's a little clock ticking down right in front of me. I'd just like to say that clock is ticking down on the time that the Democrats are controlling the U.S. House. It's almost over.
So we need to send a Marine in. Tyler Kistner, 2nd District. Thank you, Tyler. Okay, now we have Lacy Johnson. Lacy represents a district we definitely have to flip. And what's important to you and what we can do to help you send Omar packing.
Well, I think first of all, I need to thank everyone in this room and Republicans across the country, supporters across the country for your support, financial donations, your encouraging words, your Facebook posts. That's really been helpful. I'd like to thank my campaign staff, some of whom are here introducing themselves, who laid out a great strategy, and we've been executing that very well. And my wife is back there somewhere. Betty, raise your hand. I really like to thank her, because whenever we run into stubborn liberal Democrats, I turn them over to her, and and after a while, I almost start feeling sorry for her. But our campaign has been going very well. We've been very fortunate, and God has blessed us to raise enough money to put up a good fight. We got a great positive message based on economic development, based on quality education, based on family, and based on faith. Yeah. And I could talk for hours about the reason I got into this race, but to sum it up to a group of conservatives, I am tired of the liberal Democrat mindset destroying our communities, destroying our families, and destroying our way of life. And so I got in here to really bring good, strong, conservative principle back to our communities, because like I tell them, we've been voting these Democrats for the last 40 years. Things are getting worse. If we keep voting for them for the next 40 years, they're going to keep getting worse, and 40 years after that. So somebody had to come out here and finally say enough is enough, and we need to do things different. And somebody had to come out here with some courage to understand that their ideas don't make sense, and let them know that their ideas doesn't make sense and won't work. And I looked around, and I'm like, hey, that's you guys. You need to do this. So that's why I'm out here. So I'm going to wrap up by saying this. Look, we all know that this is a watershed election. The very heart and soul of our district, of our state, of our country is at stake. We need to work hard, to come together. And we need to do this with faith in God, because the only thing that keeps me hanging on when you see what they're doing is hope in God and know that he's still in control. But we still have to do what we need to do. We still have to see this thing through to the finish line. We can't slack up, and we got to turn our district red. We got to turn Minnesota red, and we got to re-elect Donald Trump and keep America red, because else the future of our families, our kids, and our grandkids are at stake, and the very future of this country is at stake. And like I was telling someone, what I'm afraid of, if we let them be successful now, it may be hard to undo the damage that they're going to do. And so I'm asking all of you to continue to support me, continue to support all these candidates, continue to support President Trump, and let's go out here and kick some butt. Thank you very much.